I'm here with Kaitlin and Ari, and they're an amazing part of our church. This community has been enriched because of you guys. I think people are known and loved and served well because of the contributions that you guys have made to this church. But we're here right now talking about community. We're shifting into the second part of this series, which is what it looks like to live the love story of Jesus. And really, the foundation of that we build everything else sort of on when we talk about live as a huge value for us is this idea of community. We live in community. We don't live alone. We need the body around us. You guys, young couple, you moved here, like no family here, no friends here, nothing here.
Yep.
And you moved here, took a job, got away, and you walked into city life one day. Was that easy? Was that hard?
I think it was a little bit of both. Mostly because when we first moved here, like you said, there is no one. We didn't know anyone, but we thought that we were just going to stay and visit Charleston, live here for a year, have fun, do all the touristy things, have fun, enjoy all that, go to church on Sundays. And that's what we thought was going to be it. But when we walked into city life and moved here, I think God had different plans.
Yeah, the Lord definitely had way different plans than our plans. We just wanted to live the tourist life and kind of build our life with just one another before having kids and settling back in to life in Michigan. And the Lord was like, nope, we've got some things for y'all to learn. And that was community. And it was actually when you and Caroline invited us into your home with the young marrieds. And that night, honestly changed our life. Yeah. We just did not even know what rich Christian community looked like. We'd never experienced that. And that night just left us hungry, and we just didn't even know that we were missing that in our life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that story. So then you're exposed to a new community. Yeah. You're just showing up, doing the tourist thing, working, coming to church on Sunday. You go over to our house, meet some other young couples, and now there's this what's next? Yeah. Was it hard to go deeper in that community? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you intimidated? What were some of the feelings that you guys were having? Because here you are, now you've got this opportunity. You can run from it, but you didn't. Yeah. Why didn't you run from that?
I think to start with, yes, I think a little bit intimidated. I grew up in a church where we started smaller church, and then we went to a larger church because my parents did want to, I think, step away a little bit. Yeah. And stepping into a smaller group, I think there's a little bit of intimidation there, going into a pastor's home and things like that. There was true, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah. So scared, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to meet people and meet you and all that. And of course, we learned that we had nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
But in that, it became a lot easier than we expected, though, because once, and honestly, it took one person to just be vulnerable and talk and meet and be to just open up, and we realized, this is really a safe place. Yeah. The circle that we were in, it was in your home and in other homes too. It's when we would actually meet with people, we got to know them better. We felt we can actually speak about our lives too. And it did become a lot easier. Sure, there's some times where it's you're still okay, can we talk about this? Can we not? But in reality, we could.
Yeah, and it was just, again, that safe place. I think for both of us, we had never really fit in with a group of people. We were kind of just loners, and to actually find your people, it was just the Lord totally directed every single step of the way. He just kept opening doors and doors, and just the safety and the love. And walking into your home that one time, I remember just being so nervous, like, oh my goodness, we haven't even met Pastor Aaron. And I just remember you
That's
came up
awesome.
to us and said, oh, you're Ari and Kaitlin. You sit in the middle. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But
Yep.
that was so easy. But
Yeah.
just there's just nothing like having a meal with
Yeah.
people,
So
breaking
true.
bread together, sitting around a bonfire, and
Yeah.
just being real with one another.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that it's taught us is just vulnerability is just such a gift.
Yeah. And Kaitlin, that goes back to something. There's a lot of components there that really just seemed very invitational for you guys.
Yes.
But Ari, you said it just took one person, that first person, to open up.
Yeah.
And you were like, I see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And that landed well with you. That there's something about that goes, there's community. We're not just doing this so that people can make more friends.
Right.
That's certainly a hope. Like we
Yeah.
desire for that to happen, but that's not the primary motive. Like we're not like a friend matching
Yeah.
organization. And at the same time, what you show up to is there's so much more.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like for you guys, so then to just be like in community and have friends, it's one thing. But we're talking a lot about surrender right now.
Yeah.
What about that kind of community? Not just hangout community, but that kind of community has like taught you about a greater surrender to Jesus.
Absolutely. I think when you're walking with people that have the same convictions as you begin to get into each other's lives and you see their patterns. And for us, we had never seen biblical community and what that really entails. And for us, it encouraged us to be in our Bibles. We'd never witnessed young people in their Bible every single day. And all of our friends were in their Bibles. So it was like positive peer pressure to us to want to know more, to get involved. I think you can speak more on this, but our friends inviting us to serve.
Yeah. I mean, it started with little things like that first night, the girls invited you to a Bible study.
Yes.
Which was great and honestly pivotal to our growth. Just diving into the word and being a part of various outreach things with the youth. And eventually we did, after a couple of years, I think, of not wanting to, we ended up join serving youth. But in that surrender really happened, I think, by example of others that were walking with Christ, and we were walking with them in life, and we kind of did it together. And so it's this whole idea of like taking like the best of everything that we know, like best from this couple or that friend and this and that all together, and realize we can grow together and realize that we can surrender a little bit more of our time to the growing of the community and to sharing the gospel through like our various groups or the ministries that everyone was a part of.
Yeah. There's just so many different versions of community. Some are healthy, some are not healthy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, like it's one thing to find yourself in a community or more specifically a church community where there's good interaction, like we're watching a football game, we're hanging out with each other, we're sharing meals, and that's good, and that's needed. There's a part of that's needed. But then there's those what you keep referencing are the heart pieces of where like that stuff's good and that helps bond us and enjoy our time together. But what you're really after is that rich depth that's like we really desire to know and care for each other.
Right.
And I love that. We're in a day and age where it's so easy to isolate.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to not like physically connect. Online is largely done damage to this. And as fun as those tools and resources are to just kind of consume, they really are an attack on community in so many ways. What would you like? How would you challenge that or encourage people? Like you need this. So people who go, man, I've got enough voices in my life. Or they don't know and they think Instagram is their community or whatever. how would you challenge them and go, no, let me tell you what you need? How would you explain that to them?
I mean, I would just say that, online, those are great starters, but you really need people in person. There's just nothing like it, because when something happens in your life, and we have a great example of that, you need people to rally around you. You need people dropping off meals for you, care packages. And those things, they come unexpected.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer and at the end of July, and we have never experienced the love and care of Jesus because of that time, and because of the community and the believers here that were praying for us, dropping off meals for us, literally having people drop off cards just randomly. I mean, it made all the difference. When you can't, or you don't have your faith, or you're struggling, to be able to lean on other people in person, to get a hug, to sit down with people and talk about what's going on. You can't replace that with the internet. You have to be in person for that.
So now you've dropped a layer deeper into this thing, because you said not only is it just something that we enjoy, not only is it something that's life-giving, not only is it something that's spiritually formative, you said a version of it's required for human flourishing.
Absolutely.
Like and when you take that to its deepest level, you go, when people are at their greatest point of struggle, or hardship, not being isolated is a gift.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's a gift that for someone that needs it, like us in this situation, but it's a gift for those that are able to be in being a part of someone that is struggling. Because I think Christ followers, I think one great benefit of that is just when you get to walk with others that are following Christ, you get that softened heart, and you really get to share and like pour out your heart to those that need it when other people are struggling. And it's one of those things that there's like a refinement, we feel like, that is in how do I say it? Struggling together in this life. When one person struggles, everyone steps in. The next person struggles, everyone pours in.
Gosh,
And the reality is that it creates something that kind of flourishes, and it creates a community that really loves and cares for each other, and in this case helps us grow closer and better together towards what Christ has wanted us to do.
You just gave the greatest micro definition of community when you said struggle together.
Amen.
I'm just like, it could be the simplest, shortest, concise definition of a powerful biblical community. It's not impress each other, compete with each other, entertain each other, struggle together. Because here's what we know about life: struggle. Like if you hadn't struggled, like you're doing it wrong. Like it's gonna happen, right?
It will happen.
Yeah,
it will happen.
Unexpected,
and you guys have lived that. That struggle has been there, and yet the word that then softens that struggle is the word together. Right? You weren't alone. You had community around you. It wasn't pity community.
No.
You've poured into that community, and you've helped make that community what it is. Like you worked towards that.
Yep.
You are present in that.
Yes.
You are known in that. So that was a very genuine response from not from a church group, but from the people who you would say, correct me if I'm wrong, these are your ride or die people.
Yeah, they're ride or die. I mean, they're our family. And I think it's just community it's biblical. I mean, it says in the Bible to carry one another's burdens.
Struggle together.
And so if we're not doing that, I mean, the Christian walk is hard enough.
Yep.
And we've both done it without community. And let me tell you, you don't get very far.
Yeah.
You can try and you can muscle your way through it. But when you have other people to confess your sin to go, just with the struggle, to all those things, you're not alone. You don't feel alone and isolated. You have the people that love and care for you.
That's right. Man, I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys are here. I know a good bit of your story, but even that, it feels like hearing it for the first time. It's just like joy and excitement, and you guys are great. It's just such a good example of that whole loving and being loved, knowing and being known, serving and being served, and you've held that so well, and that balance in those things, and it wasn't for you, but you certainly get to walk in the fruit of that today.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So I hope you guys keep pouring into communities here. I hope people hear this conversation. They're like, okay, I'm done being isolated. I'm getting involved.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump into community. And so thanks for your time. Thanks for not just here on this podcast, but like all the ways that you've poured into your local community. You guys have shaped it. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
It's been a joy.
I look forward to many people getting to hear this awesome story.
Yeah, it's
Love
been
you all.
an absolute joy. Thank you.